नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा संबुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा संबुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा संबुद्धस्स. Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one. Today I am going to introduce the 8th part of the Insight meditation program. First of all, I will again remind you the practice. Those who prefer to concentrate on the breathing, when you inhale and exhale, say mentally 1. When you inhale and exhale, may say mentally 2. When you inhale and exhale, say mentally 3. So mostly pay attention to your breathing. So if you prefer to notice the rising and falling of the abdomen, just notice when the abdomen rises, say rising. When it falls, say falling. Rising, falling. Rising, falling. If you are thinking, say thinking, 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 and come back to the rising and falling. If you have a painful feeling, notice paining, 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 paining. Notice that place and come back to the rising and falling. If you hear a sudden distraction, notice that and say several times, hearing, 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 come back to the rising and falling of the abdomen. If you have wandering thoughts, say wandering, wandering, come back to the rising and falling of the abdomen. If you are thinking, say thinking, 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 come back to the rising and falling of the abdomen. Whatever thoughts that arise, notice that. If you have comfortable feeling, uncomfortable feeling, or the equanimity feeling, neither comfortable nor comfortable, just be aware of that and come back to the rising and falling of the abdomen. The movements of the hands, try to be mindful. Everything that you bring the mind to the hand, and when you move the hand, be mindful. When you are drinking water, be aware of hot and cold sensation. When you are eating, be aware of sweet and sour taste. When you are bathing, be aware of hot and cold sensation. When you lie down, be aware of the contact of the body. You can also notice breathing and other sensation or whatever rising and passing thoughts while lying down. Keep your hand like this when you lie down so you won't fall asleep. And you can do standing meditation. If you stand still, be aware of the contact of the feet. Stand still and notice any arising and passing thoughts. You can also do walking meditation. Walk mindfully. Mostly pay attention somewhere around the feet. When you lift your left foot and keep forward, say left. When you lift your right foot and keep forward, say right. So you can walk left, right, left, right. You can increase up to the more steps like lifting, keeping, lifting, moving, keeping. It takes a long time to increase. So this is a simple practice. While practicing, you will automatically improve your concentration and wisdom. I have explained up to this level, Kaya Pagunyata, Apagunyata, the pliability of the mind. We are going to start from this point. We stopped at this point. There are 8 proficiencies of the mind and the body. And Kaya Pagunyata and Chitta Pagunyata is the main 2 things. Kaya Pagunyata is proficiency of the body. Chitta Pagunyata is the proficiency of the Cetasikas or various thoughts. They also arise together and work together. Chitta Pagunyata helps Chitta, the thoughts, to function properly, and Kaya Pagunyata help all Cetasikas to function appropriately. So Some meditators could do their meditation practice smoothly. For example, they feel their practice like reciting the words of a lesson that they have by hearted. No hindrances or thinking thoughts in between their practice. So some meditators could practice very smoothly, very easily, that they are very much efficient in their practice. The above conditions happens due to the nature of the proficiency of the mind and body. So then you will also gradually develop Kaya Ujjukata, the straightness of the body, or mental straightness, we can call it. Those who have lived a tough life will think differently when they reach the state of mental straightness. We have lived a tough life, bad life, due to our ignorance. The teaching of the Buddha is so deep and it's the truth. They will say, these people, those meditators will say openly to their teachers that they have lived a bad life before and they will never engage on such activities in future. So when they reach the level, their mind become so straight. It's called the straightness of the body or the mental straightness, the body and the mind. Their mental straightness due to the state of tranquility will they will say to their teachers the mistakes that they had done. So at this level, when the meditator improves up to this level, they will tell the truth to their teachers that they have lived a bad life and they will never ever do it again. So they become so open and so straight at this level. Then we come to the other one, still a little bit more. The meditator thinks that only they have experienced this kind of mental and bodily lightness and while practicing. And they also think not even our teacher have experienced such conditions. They feel kind of a conceit at this level. They think even the teacher have not experienced this, only I am experiencing. Only we are experiencing this. They think like that. They will think that they have gained a special knowledge. So then we come to the fourth of the 10 corruptions. As I introduced, while practicing there are 10 corruptions like obhasa, piti, pasati. Obhasa is a bright light, piti, a rapture, pasati, tranquility, and then the fourth one is sukha. Sukha is a blissful state. When the meditator reached the level of blissful state, he will say that he feels very soothing condition, a kind of a soothing condition in his body, as if rising sea waves all over. He feels like the sea waves are rising all over, like the sea waves, kind of a blissful feelings arise from toe to the upwards. These blissful, although I say the word blissful, people who have not practiced or who are just listening to this, they can just imagine bliss, but you cannot understand actually if you do not reach this state. So You have to practice and improve your insight meditation. One day you will reach this level. Some meditators say, due to such a soothing feeling, that they do not want to lose such a happy feeling, even if the teacher asks them to do so. So even if the teacher asks them to notice these blissful states and go beyond, then they say, even if the teacher says, we don't want to lose this blissful state, we want to live in this blissful state. But everything is impermanent. All these states will arise and pass away. Nothing stays permanently. So what the meditator has to do, that the meditator has to be mindful of the same thing and just imagine these are just impermanent. Then you will gradually go beyond that level. Some meditators feel their body has become so light and feeling like running. They feel like running. And even they kept running. Even if they keep running, they feel that they could notice all the movements even while running. But even if they run, they feel that they could even notice each and every movement of their body. This experience is the condition of the lahuta, the lightness of the body. The body becomes very light at this level, very light. So like a bird's feather, they feel like they can run like a bird flying, like flying they can run. Then there is another called kaya mudita, pliability of the body. The meditator's mind is fixed on each and every rising and passing meditative objects. So the meditator's mind at this level, when he's come to kaya mudita, pliability of the body, his mind is more fixed on the meditative object. For example, if they notice on arising and passing thoughts, the mind is more fixed on the thought. If they notice painful feeling, as if they find their mind is more fixed on the painful feeling. The meditator's mind is fixed on the each and every rising and passing meditative object. His mind and body is so smooth and calm, and his mind doesn't wander here and there as before. So the mind has become more fixed and stable and stays still mostly without wandering here and there. The meditator doesn't feel like seeing or talking to anyone, neither to go anywhere, instead to stay in one place and to meditate. The meditator feels that he wants to stay in one place. He doesn't want to talk with anyone, doesn't want to go anywhere at this level. This happens due to the passaddhi, due to the tranquility associated with mudita, associated with pliability of the mind and body. Then we come to the kaya pagunyata, chitta pagunyata. I have explained all these things, and so I have the kaya mudita. I have already reminded you again. I have already explained that, and the sukha is the blissful state, and I have explained proficiency of the body and mind. And now we come to the, and also I have explained the straightness of the body or the mental straightness, body and the mind. I have explained the blissful state of the mind. These conditions arise if you are noticing thoughts, sounds, feelings, and if you are noticing breathing, rising and falling of the abdomen, or if you are doing mindfully walking, doing things mindfully, and while noticing these, while keeping the mind at present moment, noticing all the rising and passing phenomena, you will gradually reach to these levels. Now we come to the fifth one. It is called jnana, knowledge or intelligence or understanding of insight. So the fifth one out of 10 corruptions. So I will explain this later in my next lesson, introduction. So I hope that you have enough, you have a great effort to practice this and to get the benefit of the Buddha's teaching. May you all be well, happy and peaceful. May you all be free from all illnesses. May all the world, may the entire world be free from all illness. May all living beings be free from all illnesses. May the entire world be filled with love and peace. I thank you for listening.